right, Misfits. Not sure if you're familiar with them or not. They make a lot of products you'll be familiar with. Crunch, HiFonics. What are some of the other ones? Auto Tech, what have you. Audio systems for vehicles. Got this stuff to put in the XJ for a stereo. Should be an amp and two 12s. So get some of these unboxed and see what they look like. All right, again, package really nice. It's the HiFonics. It's the Theta 12-inch sub, 4 ohms, 1,000 watts peak, 500 RMS. I've got two 12s and the amp to go with them. So subs, extremely nice quality. Haven't taken the package and everything off yet, just because I'm going to be putting it in the next day or two. Really nice magnet. I think it's a 11-pound magnet on that. Bridgeable 2 ohm, 4 ohm. Construction very, very nice. Extremely nice quality to look at. Excited to put these in. Got to actually go out and get my box now. Also, in addition to getting the two subs, I got the Auto Tech, which is also made by the HiFonics. This is the Mean Machine MM3025. It can be 2 ohm, 4 ohm. RMS on this thing is, let's see, 1500 one channel. So it should be good enough for these two subs. I'll bridge them, run it that way. You can do it 4 ohm, 2 ohm, 1 ohm, depending upon how you want to bridge it. It comes with the variable control that you can hook directly up to the amp. So you can make your adjustments without having to go back to your amp at all times. Like I said, good quality. Everything's packaged good. Shipping, maybe 2 days for it all to get here. So extremely excited. Got to go explain to the wife that I got to go get a box to put all this stuff in and get it put in the Jeep. But customer service has been phenomenal. Answered every question that I've had. Ensured me that these two work together. Everything's good. Got wiring diagrams in case it's your first time. As far as you want to do 8 ohm, 2 ohm, parallel, or in series. It tells you what type of enclosures to get, or vented enclosures, different specifications, depth, and all that good stuff. Same thing with the amp. Again, I haven't unwrapped everything. Again, it's got a cheat sheet on it, wiring, quick installation guide. Stuff looks absolutely phenomenal. Should sound great in the Jeep. So we'll start putting some of this stuff together. I'll kind of show you the process of doing that, running the wires, adjusting it, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just super excited to get this stuff squared away and get it in the vehicle. So let's see how she goes, and I'll be back the next day or so. All right, update on where we're at on the XJ putting the speakers in. So got the power wire ran, made sure it was long enough. Obviously it's not hooked in. Went ahead and ran it through against my firewall up on the top, from the passenger side over the driver. Yes, I'll go through and cut all these tabs off, but I'm not to that point yet. All right, and then when I came over here, if you'll remember correctly on this XJ, I took the hood latches off of the inside and went with the hood pins. So since I didn't need all that hardware and stuff in there, I just took it all off. Yes, I know it's dirty, I still haven't cleaned it. But anyways, where I pulled out the hood release cable is down here in my firewall. I don't know if you can see it. It's already rounded and has a grommet that goes in there. So when I pulled that cable out, that's where I just ran my power wire through into the cab of the Jeep. Yeah, I brought it through the cab of the Jeep. You can see I ran it down through. This is where the hood latch was, by taking out that extra weight. Should do a hell of a lot better than the 1/4 mile on the track because of that 4 ounces I took out. But anyways, I was able to run the cables all the way under through this trim. Again, I got new carpet and everything coming. Through here, not able to see it. It's all hidden. The only place I haven't been able to hide it yet is right here. Got to figure out how to do that. Then it's up under this trim into the back. When you get into the back, I've got it running out here. Basically what I'm going to do now is got got my box that's here. Since it is a sealed box, these are 4 ohm dual voice coils. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them and reduce the ohm rating to 1. So I've got to run them together. So I'm basically going to do away with one of these inputs on the back of this box. There'll just be one input coming through. And because it is sealed, I need to drill a couple holes in here because I got to have some wires crisscross over to get the ohms that I want, the resistance. So I'll show you the diagram of what I mean by that. Then once I get that squared away, and I figure out still how I want to mount everything as far as the fuse block, the amp, and then of course I've got a capacitor distribution block that's coming. So I've got another 12 that's coming, so I don't have to rerun all the wires. Got my RCA cables and all that good stuff in through here. So that'll be the next process. As far as hooking up the wires to your radio, it's pretty simple. I mean, you should have a blue or a blue with a white on it. That's your remote wire that needs to come back to turn the amp on with the radio, which is what I'm using this white wire for. Then you have RCA cables that'll plug into the back of the head unit, which come back here, which is what actually supplies the music to the amp. This is the power that will just power the amp, and then you'll have a ground. Not going to tell you how to take your dash and stuff apart because it's going to get broke. You're going to break a pin, you're going to lose some pieces, and you're going to be mad at me. On this one, it's fortunate enough. You just grab the bottom of it, pop it up, and that whole center piece comes out. But again, I didn't video that for a reason because that's where the criticism comes in. So we'll get back to this, get it together, and I'll keep you informed. All right, so I got the speakers wired up. Since I use the same color wire, if I tried to show you what I did, it's going to be way too confusing and it's going to look all jacked up. So I'm just going to post a diagram of how the wiring goes, and then we'll go from there. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to actually mount my amp over here on the side along with my fuse block to make sure it's squared away and we have no issues. So I'm going to get to that part and we'll see how she goes. All right, so finishing touches, right? So got the power wire ran in here, got it ran up through the firewall, got all the zip ties cut off, put the fuse on the other side. Like I said, got the fuse in. Obviously, I told you where the cable's gonna run. All the power cords, remote cord, RCA. All right, so got subs put in the box. Sound good right now. I've got to adjust them and all that stuff, but no sense in putting that in the video because it won't do any justice for how it sounds. Still got a little bit to do here. Got to clean up these wires a little bit. Still trying to figure out how I want to put this amp. You know, originally I was going to mount it here. I'm still figuring that out, but for all application purposes, it's done. Still got to run the bass gain, which I'm probably going to run that up through and put the control up front. But again, for all intents and purposes, it's on. Amp seems to work great. Speakers work great. I love auto tech here. It lights up, which is pretty neat. Sounds great other than getting it adjusted, which the radio is kind of a pain in the ass to fool with, so I gotta get through on that one. But as far as this setup's been working great so far, and couldn't be more pleased with the quality of the auto tech and the HiFonics, which again, they're from Sonics. So great company. Customer service has been phenomenal. I'm looking at going to get a distribution block from them and a capacitor to keep from draining my battery, and that way I can hook up some other stuff. But again, I'll get this all cleaned up, and eventually you'll see it complete. Grounded up here. So I got a little bit of, this is where the old spare tire was, which I'm not going to use because it won't fit on here anyways. Like I said, all the wires are hidden except for right here, which I'm going to figure this up and get it cleaned up eventually. So again, thanks for watching, and definitely look up these products. I'll post a link of the amp and the subs on here. Can't go wrong with them.